guys, I am like sweating. I'm so excited to try these shadows. Yeah. That is delicious. This is the Down East Cider Donut. Cinnamon, brown sugar, and vanilla with a fresh pressed cider backbone. Come for the apples, stay for the donut. Okay, this is dangerous. What is the ABV on this? 5.2%. It's sweet, but not too sweet because I can't do drinks that are super sweet. Okay, so today we're doing a try new makeup video. Merit is just coming out with incredible release after incredible release, and I have the brand new Solo Shadow Sheens. I am so excited for this drop. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been trying to manifest this collection drop for literally 2 years. All right, so I realize I didn't tell you when the drop is for the Merit Solo Shadow Sheens. They drop tomorrow on the 22nd of October. However, Merit has given my audience early access, so you guys can shop these shadows on Merit.com right now. All you have to do is enter a password to enter the early access site, and that password is early. And obviously then if you're shopping on the 22nd or afterward, you do not need any type of a code to enter the website because it will have officially dropped. And then the other makeup I have to show you guys is a new lip gloss release from Kulfi. I have been using them and the formula is phenomenal. So I'm excited to play with these. And then I also have a new product from Glow Recipe, at least it's new to me. This is their Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewy Flush. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Cate. I'm an exclusively pro-choice influencer, and that means that I only feature products from brands that are in support of abortion rights. If you'd like to check out my pro-choice beauty brand list, you can always find that in one of two places, on my Instagram as a pinned post, or you can also go to my post on my YouTube profile, scroll down, and you should find the list there as well. Is it bad that I'm like chugging this? Yum. Before I get to the new makeup, I always like to show you guys a little bit of my makeup routine leading up to that so you can see what products I've applied to my face, how things play together. Okay, so I've already applied my primer, and that is the Dew Air Angel. I'm gonna be using the Sarah Creel Face Flex as my foundation and my concealer today. And I have this in what I believe is the lightest shade, which is 1. Had a little bit too much color this summer to make this shade work for me, so I'm glad I'm back to being pale again. The Sarah Creel Face Flex can have its way with me. Like concealer and foundation, one and done situation. And I'm quickly gonna do some bronzer slash contour. And then just like a little bit of a dash upwards. I'm gonna put just a little bit on my temples and the bridge of my nose and my chin. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Contour in the shade Gentle. If you have really pale skin, I think this is a fantastic bronzer slash contour shade, especially in the fall and winter. I think this is just enough for me. And I'm gonna go in with my LYS powder, and boy oh boy do I need a new powder. I also really like the Sarah Creel Face Flex because it's a really natural finish. And I know I'd probably move on to eyeshadow right now, but I'm gonna save what I'm most excited about for last. So we're going to just wait on that. So I'm gonna swatch all of these Glow Recipe Dewy Flushes for you. It says it's a flush, not a blush. This tinted serum immediately enhances cheeks with a sheer flush of color, plumping and evening skin's tone over time. Powered by 3% niacinamide to brighten skin, while ultra hydrating hyaluronic acid delivers moisture and plumpness to the cheeks. So this shade is called Watermelon Flush. I'm very intrigued by this product because Glow Recipe is mostly a skincare brand, but I have been interested to try some of their more makeup-like products. So here's Watermelon Flush. That is absolutely stunning. This is called Cherry Flush. There's Cherry Flush. I'm absolutely in love with how these are applying as swatches, I do have to say. Next we have Dragon Fruit Flush. Ooh, and there is Dragon Fruit Flush, and then we have Berry Flush. That looks like a gorgeous mauve, right? So there's Berry Flush. Oh yeah, these are so pretty. I don't know that I've ever heard anyone talk about these or use these. Have you? I'm gonna go in with the Berry Flush first. And I'm gonna take a little bit off my swatch here. So it says you can apply this with your finger. I'm gonna try to use my Rare Beauty brush. That is my literal favorite. Okay, that's actually stunning. It's a serum formula and it really does feel just like a hydrating serum, but it's setting down really well. Like it's not tacky or it doesn't feel wet. I'm going in pretty gradually, just like with a tiny bit at first, but I feel like these blend out really easily, so you don't have to be like overly careful with them. Okay, why is nobody talking about these? What? Wow. Honestly, I was a little skeptical about these. I think just because I've literally heard nothing about them from anyone. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lips. And that's like a really nice stain for my lips. All right, and just to be a little extra, I think I have to go in with just a tiny bit of this pink shade on my apples. Y'all, I cannot wait to try the other shades of this. Obviously, I'm gonna keep this as is, but I am so impressed with this formula. So we're moving on to the Kulfi glosses. I'm a little annoyed because there's one shade that I cannot find. It's like a very light pink compared to this. So I'm gonna go in with my Merit Sheer Lip Liner in the shade Sportif. And that actually looks really nice just with the lip liner and the stain. So these are the Lip Snack Glossing Lip Balms, and they all have like delicious kind of candy baked good scents to them. So this is Vanilla Sponge Cake, and this has like a little teeny bit of a glimmer to it. There is Vanilla Sponge Cake. Yeah, it has a really pretty kind of like light gold sheen to it. Then we have the shade Coconut Chum Chum. And there is Coconut Chum Chum. And I know a lot of people are gonna be excited about these very like fall appropriate shades. So this is called Black Forest Cake. Smells so good. There's Black Forest Cake. I'm just trying to spread these swatches out a little bit so you can see them better. So that's Black Forest Cake. And then we have Chai. And there is Chai. So going in with Vanilla Sponge Cake first. Yeah, this is just a really like beautiful topper shade. I love the formula on these. They really do feel like a lip mask formula. They're very nourishing. I also love the applicator tip. It's that kind of applicator tip that really like satisfyingly hugs your lips upon application. So there is Vanilla Sponge Cake. Okay, now I'm going in with Chai. There is the shade Chai, and okay, I haven't tried this shade yet, and I wasn't sure about it, and I know you know why, because it's in the brown shade range, and I'm always skeptical about that. This is kind of giving like My Lips but better, is it not? Then we're going in with Black Forest Cake. Okay, so understood, they're just all bangers. This shade is kind of surprising me as well. This is gorgeous, and I feel like this perfectly matches the bronzer and blush we have going on. I cannot tell you how satisfying these are to apply. I had not tried those fall shades before. I'm impressed. Wait, and this is called Coconut Chum Chum. Every single shade is so gorgeous. You know I love a juicy pink, okay? But I think I'm gonna have to go back to one of these shades for the finished look. So I pulled up some of the details just to tell you a little bit more about these. The one shade that I cannot find, but once I find it, I will show it to you, is called Watermelon Sherbet. It's just a very light pink shade. But this is a non-sticky lip balm that offers high shine, a hint of color, and lightweight moisture in one swipe, each with a sweet treat inspired scent. Formulated with vitamin E and ceramides, Lip Smack delivers instant shine and a burst of moisture that sinks into the lips. I am really, really into this lip gloss. I think I'm gonna go back in with Black Forest Cake. And I'm just going back in because obviously my lip liner is gone now. I've rubbed it off, just to kind of make my lips look even a little bit bigger. Oh, guys, I am like sweating. I'm so excited to try these shadows. Okay, so here's the origin of the Solo Shadow Sheens. 2 years ago, Merit released one of their holiday sets, and in that set they came out with a one-off shimmer version of their Solo Cream matte shadows. They came out with the shade Glacé, and yes, this is the original one. I still have it. I think it's been like 2 years or maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Should I have been using this for 2 years straight? I don't know. Probably not. It probably expired. Do I care? No, because literally this is the perfect shadow shade in my opinion. So I just held out hoping that they would eventually just release this as a collection, and sure enough they have. So I have 4 of the shades. I wish I had all 6. 2 of the shades are delayed in terms of getting them out to creators, so I don't have those to show you, but once I do, I will show them to you, absolutely. I love that these are a little bit different look than the other Solo shadows. They have the silver top to them, and they also made sort of the bottom container portion a little bit more prominent. I just think this looks so luxe. So this is the original shade, My First Love Glacé, and this is described as a soft rose. And here is the shade Glacé on my wrist. Actually, I swatched it right here on my hand, and this is picking up the light better. It's like the perfect shade because it has a little bit of pink to it, but not a lot. This is the perfect subtle rose gold, in my opinion. Kind of like a cross between a rose gold and a champagne. The next shade we have is Iris, and Iris is described as a soft plum. If you love a cool tone shade, you're gonna love this, I can already tell. So there's the shade Iris on my fingertip, and there is Iris swatched on my wrist. I'm kind of swatching them up here and rubbing them out so that I can swatch them for you because my nails are too damn long and they don't fit into the container. But I want to give you a really nice swatch. So that's a more intense version of Iris. That is Iris sheared out a little bit more. Next we have the shade Matchbook, which is described as a soft burgundy. And these are not glittery. These are truly sheens. There is no glitter to this product. So there is the shade Matchbook on my fingertip, and here is Matchbook on my wrist. And you can see the remnants of Matchbook on my fingertip after I've swatched it. And this is a super intense pigmented swatch of Matchbook next to the other shades. And then we have the shade Sartorial, which is described as bronze. That is Sartorial, and here is Sartorial swatched on my arm. So there are all the shades I have swatched. I am going to be excited to get the 2 other shades. There's one shade in particular that's kind of along the lines of glacé. From what I can tell, it's a silvery glacé. Kind of sad that I don't have that to show you, but like I said, once I get it, I will absolutely be showing you guys. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go in with glacé because she's that girl, okay? So I'm going to go in with glacé, and then I'm going to pick another shade and go over the top of it with that. And I'm going to apply glacé with a brush. Oh my God, it just, I'm sorry, but it takes my breath away every single time. It's just perfection. Like, that's honestly all I ever want for an eyeshadow for myself. And why do I feel like it's applying even more beautifully than the one that I had before? Probably because it's fresh. I'm just gonna make this declaration right now. If you get one shade to start of the Solo Shadow Sheens, in my opinion, it needs to be this shade. Thank you so much to Merit for actually making this a core collection item. I am so, so happy. Get ready for me to keep using this shade until literally the end of time. Okay, so we're gonna branch out and try one of these new shades. Which one do I choose, guys? You know what? I'm gonna try Iris because honestly, that is the other shade that's really speaking to me. So just tapping into Iris. Okay, that is gorgeous. And I'm loving how subtly it's applying. Guys, these are so easily blended, and they're really easily blended with the warmth of your finger as well. And I kind of thought that was the best way to go in terms of these, but I kind of take it back because this brush is killing it as well. So you can really just go either way. I'm so impressed because honestly, a lot of the time, a cool toned eyeshadow makes me feel a little bit like a corpse. I kind of try to stay away from cool toned eyeshadows. This is exactly what I've wanted. It's just like this hint, right? You know what it's giving? It's giving Sarah Jessica Parker's makeup in season 6 of Sex and the City. If you know, you know. They had the most gorgeous kind of like subtle, smoky, cool toned kind of grayish purpley eye going on for her in that season, and I am obsessed with it. This is giving that. Merit is coming out with banger after banger in terms of releases, and how is it possible that I feel like each one tops the last one? Actually, before I do my mascara, I'm gonna go in with my Sarah Creel eyeliner. Like, I'm barely touching this eyeliner to my skin, and it's just a perfect transfer of pigment. I had someone ask me if the Solo Shadow Sheens have the same staying power as the matte Solo Shadows, and the answer is yes, they do. I have never had any issue with these not staying. This looks exactly the same as it does when I put it on as when I take it off at the end of the day. These really are budge proof. Going in with my Tower 28 mascara. I don't mention this enough, but I should, because the reason my lashes are a satisfactory length right now is because I use Grande Lash serum, growing them back out again because I kind of slacked off on my serum. But if you are looking for a great eyelash serum, I really can't say enough about Grande Lash, and I always have a code with them. I have a 15% off code with them, which is always down in the description box, along with everything else I'm talking about here today. And while I'm mentioning that, whenever I talk about Merit products, I always like to mention that I have my own collection with Merit. It is 6 of my favorite Merit products, and what's great about my collection is it's always 15% off. What can I say? I'm absolutely blown away by every single makeup product I tried for you guys today. I already knew that I loved the Merit Solo Shadow Sheen. I knew that I was going to love this formula because I'd been using it for so long. But what I wasn't prepared for was applying a shade like Iris, like I said, that I generally wouldn't gravitate toward, and falling in love with it. I just think this is the most beautiful, subtle, cool tone shade I've ever put on my lids. So run, do not walk on these Solo Shadow Sheens, particularly Glacé and Iris. I will be trying the other shades in upcoming videos, and hopefully I will get my hands on the 2 shades I do not have so I can show you those as well. Okay guys, that wraps up this video. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, you guys are the best. Please stay safe out there, and cheers till next time. Yeah.